What's up? I don't know how to start this video, so I'm gonna stand on my chair. Shit, my cable. I'm gonna try and rotate around. Okay. This is sick. Okay. I hit my head on the floor. So before I pass out and die because of the concussion I just got on the floor, let's get into the video. So last video I talked about how I wanted to add low gravity, so I decided to try and find a good place for it. I tried to rotate this wall, but I realized it wouldn't really look very good. So I just grabbed this wall and used that one instead. The hole kind of looks the exact same as beach, but for some reason every single time I subdivide those faces, it always comes in like a triangle shape, but it's fine. So I start to kind of put a hole in the wall, make that hallway again, and basically that's really what I'm doing right now. So about here I start to actually add the map to the game. I'm doing a kind of old Capuchin style low gravity, if you know what that is. I think it looks okay, but you'll just see how it looks at the end. With the cube I was using before, I couldn't actually get the faces to like work with the hole in the wall, so it wouldn't be able to, like, you wouldn't be able to go into the map. So I decided to use a Pro Builder plane and basically just extrude the edges just so it looks like a cube, and then I can basically edit it as much as I want from there. About here, I was thinking that the texture was way too big, because when I put in the Gorilla Tag Gorilla for scale, well, my Gorilla Tag player model, it was so, like, the little, like, grid boxes were so big, so I decided to make them smaller, and it looks a lot better. You can see right here, I tried to bevel the edges, but at the top it just doesn't work, so I do end up doing another method later. Since beveling the top edges didn't really work out, I didn't want to just have one edge beveled and the other one not, so I just decided to make them a cube, just put cubes at the bottom, and it looked fine. I put in the Gorilla player for scale, so I didn't have like massive cubes just like on the edges of the map, and I basically just copy and paste these and make sure I can get it as close as I can to the other side every time. I'm adding a bit of glow to the blue. You can't really see the glow. It's not because it's a recording and shit like that. It's only because like I haven't baked the lighting, which baking lighting just makes it look a lot better. Which I will do in another episode, but that game isn't ready for it yet, because you have to get a lot of things done before you can bake the lighting. Yeah. I wanted to add beveled edges around the cube so I could have the like blue glow around it, but it just kept doing that. Like it kept just making it like a cylinder and didn't look good. So I decided to do it in Blender, even though it's literally just a cube with beveled edges. I decided to do it in Blender because I was not spending like more time figuring out how to do it in Pro Builder. Now I'm starting to rotate and place them around the map, just so it looks good and it isn't just a box filled with nothing. And also rotating it makes it look a lot more like organic. Like I don't really know how to say it, but it looks a lot better than it just being like cubes in the same exact position, just scattered across the map. Basically, why I'm adding this big cube is because in the last episode, remember that water that we added? I'm going to basically just use that code on this cube to make zero gravity work. I didn't really know what code I used, so I had to go scouring through to find it, because I thought it was called swimming, but it was actually called better swim script or something. But it ends up going pretty well. You can see when I test it, it doesn't work. I think the reason why it didn't work was because I didn't have is trigger on. No, it didn't work because I didn't have can swim on. That's why it didn't work. So I think now it should be working. Yeah, when I click play, when I go over, it should be low gravity now. Because with the swimming script, it was both basically just low gravity in the first place. But there we go. We have low gravity in the game now. It looks pretty good. And yeah, now I'm starting to add the map loaders like I did for the beach map, just so you didn't have all the maps loading in. Yeah, that's really it. As you can see, when I go in to test the map, you can see there's nothing there, and then when I walk in, it loads in. Now I'm going to add the text to make it so it's kind of like, well, so you can tell what the map is. Like, what else do you think? I tried to add like the glow effect, but it would always just make the text have like, it would just make the text like, it wouldn't look like text. It would just be like that. Yeah, it would just be like those little blocks. So I just decided to not add the glow. And every time I tried to add a mission, it would change the beach text to be like green. And I don't know why, but yeah. Right here, I'm taking a screenshot of the map because since you can't see anything in the map until it loads in, I'm gonna add like a cube here that that is connected to the forest map. So when you walk in, it disappears. You can see if I add the texture, yeah, you can see that can be connected to the forest map. So when you go to walk in, it'll change to be like, it'll just, if you get what I mean, it'll disappear. It'll look way better. And then I started to do that with the beach map, just taking a photo of the beach map and then just putting that in. It wasn't really that hard to do. And it just makes it look a bit more polished. What I think I didn't do was make it so it did that with forest, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. I'll do that in like the next video, I think. But yeah, it looked pretty good, I think. I think I realized I'm speaking a bit too long in this, so like every single time something else happens, it's like right after another audio recording. But I'm gonna add like a shop map. It doesn't really look very good now. It is only a prototype because I just don't want all the cosmetics to be in the stuff, because if I add a lot more cosmetics, it will not fit in there. So I decided to make this sort of like prototype sort of map for the city, and I'm gonna add more cosmetics and one more. So I'm starting to work on a new cosmetic, as you can see at the bottom left corner. Yeah. It's nothing too special. It's just like this weird, like bad gun model that I decided to make because I wanted a holdable cosmetic, so it isn't just all head cosmetics. And it ended up looking alright by the end. So around this, I add another stand, as you can see, and I'm gonna put the gun on there. What do you think? And the only reason I added a gun is just so I could make it kind of, sorta, a holdable, so it isn't just all head cosmetics. I have to put this like basic hand model back into the scene, just so I can get it like right positioning. But I'll delete it after later. So honestly, right now as I'm doing this recording, I still don't know if it works, but I just think it does, since it's basically using the same code as all the other scripts. It's just using the change right hand cosmetic code. So yeah. So now I'm gonna add text on the stands of all the cosmetics to show what they are and show like what hand it is. If it has to be a left hand cosmetic, I'll show its left hand. If it has to be a right hand cosmetic, I'll show its right hand. Like this, as you can see. So yeah, there's that for the gun. And then this one's just called William. This one's just called the cowboy hat. And then this one is called top hat. That's really it. So there's that video basically done. This video was supposed to come out yesterday with my other video, my part 4, but I got a bit too in depth of watching the In-Betweeners. I finished the entire series and watched the first movie. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I just hope. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video if you're gonna join on. Bye!